Hi everyone, my name is Abel Grey Cantoma. I'm from GREYTEST CAD Design Concept. This is actually my WhatsApp contact. You can reach me on this number or you can call me, okay? These are the list of softwares which we have covered on our YouTube channel. All these softwares are very much available on our Telegram platform, where we teach people how to come about designs with each of this software. We'll guide you on how to install it and how to crack it on your system just for a token, okay? We have great passages, okay? We have covered a very wide range of design on our YouTube channel, for road designs, water designs, structural designs, architectural working drawings, electrical, mechanical service drawings. All they are very much available on our YouTube channel. Down below the description of this video, just click there and then you'll find a link to that YouTube channel. Make sure you visit the channel and actually keep yourself busy, okay? Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to actually design your waffle slab and your rib slab using Civilsoft. Amazing, right? Civilsoft, I have discovered, is one of the great softwares that I have enjoyed more. I appreciate the detailing. It uses moment distribution for analysis. Okay, it's actually very interesting. You're going to love it. Okay, let's jump right into it. This is our quick series, Civilsoft. I'm going to click on file. I'm going to click on this and I click on yes. Okay, I have done a whole lot of design using Civilsoft. If you visit my YouTube channel, you will find that tutorial there where I covered on reinforced concrete design using the solid slab. Okay, we have covered that on our YouTube channel. Make sure you visit the channel and actually keep yourself busy, okay? My contact is actually right there. You can call me or you can chat me on WhatsApp, okay? This is my WhatsApp contact, okay? Now good. Now today, the first thing I'm going to do is actually to create a grid, okay? This quick series is actually a great software, but to get the full package, you have to contact the owner of this software. If you want me to guide you on that, you can just DM me, okay, and then I'll guide you through the process. Okay, now I'll come to my view. Okay, I'll come to my tools rather, sorry, and then I'll come to drawing grid properties. I'll click there and then I'll edit my axis. Now I want it horizontally. This is X, okay? It's actually going to be in numbers, so I'm going to create new drawing, okay, and I'll create multiple grid, and I'm going to use 4 of those number of grid, okay, and then on here I'm going to make this 0 because this is my starting point. It has to be 0, okay, and then here this is I'm going to make this 4000. So I'm just going to be doing a very simple design just to guide you through the process of this, okay, using your Civilsoft, okay. Sorry, I actually made a very big mistake here. So now if this is 4000, this is 0, this is 4000, the next one should be 8000, okay. That's 4000 plus 4000, okay. So if I want to make it at interval of 4000, so I'm going to be adding 4000 at each interval. Okay, good. Now this is the total sum of distance from the axis 1 to the axis 4 is actually going to be 12,000. Okay, I'm going to click on OK, and I'll come back to this and I'll click on Y axis. Now I'm going to create multiple, make it 4, create grid. Okay, come down here and make this 0. I'll come to my axis 2, I'll make it 4000. I'm just going to make it at equal interval, okay. Sorry, this is actually just an example. On my last video I picked a live design and I did that design. Sorry, I'm actually making the same error I made it the other time, okay. Sorry, this is supposed to be 8000, okay. This is 12,000. Okay, good. Now I'm going to click on OK. Now I'll come to my view and I'll click on grid line. I have unchecked that. Now drawing scale, let's see, let me take it up 150. Now you can see I have 1 2 3 4. I have 1 2 3 4, both on XY axis and on my Y axis. I have 4 axes on it. Okay, now good. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is actually to insert my panels. Now this software is actually very simple and very beginners friendly. If you are used to a lot of softwares, I think this is actually more likely a walk away for you. Okay, if you already like what you're seeing, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Click on the red button down below the description of down below this video. You just look for that red button, you see written subscribe. Just click on it and you have subscribed already. It's actually 100% free. There is no charges applied to it. Okay, just click on that subscribe button and you have subscribed. Make sure you click on that bell icon so as to always get a notification whenever I post videos. You'll be notified that I have post videos. The reason is because I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, so as to encourage as many that wants to have a deep insight of design. Okay, right now I'm going to be inserting my slab panels. Okay, now to do that, I'll come to my model. Okay, now I'm going to click on rectangular panel. Okay, now whether you are doing a rectangular panel or a square panel, they are all under the category of rectangular. Okay, so I'll click on here and click on here. Now my panel has been inserted. You can see automatically it has named it panel 1. Okay, now let's go down here and let's see what we have here. Now good. Now you can see the depth of the panel. For example, if I'm using a solid slab, is 150. Okay, but my slab right now is, I'm actually going to be using a waffle slab. Okay, so I'm going to make this waffle. Okay, so I'm going to leave the depth as 300. I'm going to leave everything that is here. I'm just going to leave it as it is at default. But right now you can change every value that is actually here. Now you can have total control of your design. Okay, you have total control of your design. Now if it fails, it will tell you that it has failed. Okay, but I'm going to actually leave it just the way it is right now. Now you can see here, you can see the density of your concrete is actually 24, which is actually for British standard. For BS 8110 is actually 24, which I'm going to leave it as it is. So this is actually using BS 8110. You can see the factor of safety 1.4, 1.6 for your life load. Okay, for your finishes 1.2. okay, now this is actually very interesting, very interesting. Okay, if you have been following me on my RCD 2000, I did a very deep breakdown of all of these values on my RCD 2000, where I went deep into explaining all of this in my RCD 2000. Even all of these, I explained that deeply into RCD 2000. But you can see this actually gave us all of these values by default. Okay, which is I'm going to leave everything as it is, just the way it is. I'm not going to change that. Okay, and mind you, we have the different classes of building. Okay, so since this building, I'm just going to be doing it, I'm going to assume this is actually a residential building, so all of these values are very much okay, because your life load actually, sometimes they vary. Okay, this 1.5, they vary. Okay, so you can even have a life load for as high as even 9, okay, even up to 12. Okay, so it varies. Okay, so but I will advise you to lay your hands on reinforced concrete design book by Victor O. Oyenuga, or you can get Mosley and Buggy. These are good books that will open your eyes to the reality of design. If you are in Nigeria, I will advise you to get Victor Oyenuga, okay, so that you'll be exposed to the reality of design as regards to Nigeria in particular. Okay, you can see everything here, so there is no information that is actually confusing here. You can see the characteristic strength of the concrete here is 25, which I'm going to leave it as it is. But mind you, everything that is here can be adjustable. You can change every value that is here, but I'm actually going to leave it just the way it is, because this is the way I want it to be like. Okay, and then you can see the characteristic strength of your steel is 410. Okay, so but all these values are actually not even constant. Okay, so sometimes these values change. Okay, so it depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, so the characteristic strength of concrete values, okay, we have 15, we have 20, we have 25, we have 30, we have 35, we have 40. Okay, they vary, okay, depending on what you want to achieve. Now good, now this is my waffle slab for my panel 1. My panel 2, I'm actually still going to use my waffle slab. Okay, this is actually, now if I leave it the way it is, this is actually a solid slab, this is actually a waffle slab. You can see it is actually written on it. Okay, so I can zoom that to let's come to view, let me come to 50. You can see it is written waffle slab. Okay, this is my panel 1, this is a solid slab. Okay, so take it back. Okay, good. Now so you can see there is actually no much difference. All you just need to do is just to switch it here, whether you are going to be using a waffle slab or you are going to be using whatever kind of slab you're going to be using here. Okay, now you can see here we have our cantilever slab. Okay, we have cantilever, we have roof panel. That's if you are actually, if it's actually going to be a roof. You know, we have a reinforced concrete roof sometimes. Okay, so we have a raft. Okay, if you are dealing with a raft foundation, okay, you can actually switch that to a raft. Okay, so here I'll come to my model. Okay, I'll click on rectangular panel and I click here, and then I click here, I click here, and I click here. Okay, so I'm going to leave some of them as solid, I'm going to leave some as waffle, and I'm going to leave some of them as a roof slab. Okay, so I'm going to switch these to be a roof slab. Okay, roof slab. Good. Now you can see it's written here as a roof slab. Okay, so let me reduce this scale so as to enlarge this. Okay, if I take this down here, you can see roof slab. Okay, my panel 5 is actually a roof slab. Okay, I'll come back to my home, sorry, come to my model. Sorry, let me go back to view. I want to increase this, reduce this. Okay, good. Now come to my model, rectangular. I click on this, I click on this. You can see this software is actually very easy to use. Okay, it's very interesting. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do right now is to make this I'm going to make this staircase area. So I'm going to switch that to staircase area. Okay, so I click here, I come down here, and I switch to staircase void. Now this is staircase void. Okay, now good. Now okay, let me make this let me also make this a rip. I'll make this rip. Okay, let me switch this to a waffle slab. Okay, good. Now I have all my slabs are very much ready. Okay, So if I come to okay, now you can see all my slabs are actually very much ready. Now this software is very easy. All you need to do is just to be clicking, and that is all. Very easy. And then you confirm all your informations if they are very if they suit what you're actually looking for. But everything here is actually very easy. The next thing I'm going to do is just to click on I'll come down here, I'll click on create new beam / spans. Okay, once I click on this, you can see it has positioned my columns automatically by itself. So let me come to my view and make this a bit smaller. Okay, you can see all my column positions have been positioned automatically by default on its own. Okay, this thing actually positioned all my columns on its own. You can see it has positioned all my beams automatically itself. Now if I actually make this a bit larger so as for you to see what I'm talking about, now you can see it has named this beam 5. Okay, now ordinarily it spares you the stress of doing all this drafting, following them one by one. In all my I have discovered this software to be the most easiest software that I've ever come across in my life. Okay, I know there could be others that might be coming, but for now I think this is the most easiest software that I've ever come across. You can see it has placed all my columns for me automatically by default. Okay, but I'm going to be showing you later on how to actually adjust some of these column positions, because sometimes this is actually a computer, so it can actually place a column sometimes at a point that may not be economical to you. Okay, so you may want to actually readjust, maybe reduce the number of columns or increase the number of columns at some critical point. But you can see all this, it has done the analysis by itself, and it has known where your columns are supposed to be positioned. Okay, so you can see as it is right now, it's more like our design is almost 100% complete, but it's not complete yet. I have to insert the number of stories, the number of floors. Okay, now good. The next thing I'm going to do is just to actually, I'm going to insert the number of my number of floors. Okay, I'm going to insert the number of floors. So you can see the software is actually very easy to actually use. Okay, now if you can see here, down here it is written floor 1. Okay, so I can copy my floor. Okay, I can copy and create multiple floors. Okay, here I'm going to insert 2 as the number of floors. Okay, and then I'm going to click on create. Okay, once I click, I'll click on yes. Now it's still loading. Okay, good. Now you can see the depth of my roof beam. Okay, it is stated here as 300. The breadth of my roof beam is stated here as 225. Okay, now the roof GK and then the roof QK. Okay, that's our life load and our depth load. I'm actually going to leave all of this. Now it is actually going to maintain that British standard, the code of practice, everything for me by default. Okay, I don't need to start inserting any of those values, but sometimes I may want to adjust. Okay, maybe in some special cases, but in most cases everything that is here in most of the common designs that we see today. Okay, I'm just going to leave all of these values as default, as the way it is right now. And if I click on any of the floors, you can see the properties of each of these members, the structural members that are on each of these floors will just display. So I'm at liberty to adjust whatever I want to adjust here. You can see the breadth of the column here is telling me that my column is 230 by 230 on this level. Okay, on my floor 1. Okay, my column is 230 by 230. My beam is actually 450 beam. Okay, so it's actually 230 by 450. Okay, which is very much okay for me as it is for this design. Okay, so you can see this design, this software is actually saves your time, okay, saves your energy and everything. And the most interesting thing about this software, I think, is the detailed drawing. You're going to see that much more later, which I'm going to show you, okay, on this video. Okay, now you can see the foundation depth. You can see it's 1200. I can adjust that, but I'm going to leave it as it is. 1200 to me it's actually okay, so I'm going to actually leave this. Now that is why I would advise you to lay your hands on Reinforced Concrete Design book by Victor Yenuga. I have talked in depth about I've given a very deep detailed information about all of structural members on my RCD 2000 videos, which I have covered on my YouTube channel, and I as well teach that on my Telegram platform, okay, where I explain the foundation depth is actually affected by the soil properties. Okay, so the soil bearing capacity will determine the depth, the width of your base, and the thickness of your base and all that, which I have explained on my YouTube channel. Is very much available. You can just visit that channel and keep yourself busy. Okay, so if I click on the second floor, the same thing, and all those properties can be adjusted there. Now it goes as far as showing you your reinforcement that is actually going to be provided. Now you can see here is Y16, number of bars in layer, you can see 4, so we are going to be having 4 Y16 number of bars. Okay, it goes deep into showing you your reinforcement. Minimum column bar, you can see is Y12. I can readjust that to Y16, just for example, if I don't want it to provide Y12. You can see minimum column number of bars is going to be 4. Okay, as it is, as you know, it is customary to use 4. Okay, you can never go less than 4 numbers of reinforcement when you are dealing with a rectangular column or a square column. Okay, and when you are dealing with a circular column, you cannot go less than 6 number of reinforcement for a circular columns. Okay, so this actually make all those provisions for you. For example, if this column were to be a circular column, I know this software would have shown us 4 as minimum. Okay, so the software is actually great. It reduces you a large number of workload. It reduces all of that for you, makes your work very much easier and actually very faster. So I'm actually going to set next. I'm going to apply all of this, and I'm going to close. Now you can see all my columns, my beams, everything is actually very much okay as I would want it to be. But I'm still going to be showing you something here right much more later on this video. Now you can see my slab is very much ready, my beam is ready, and my columns are very much ready. Now if you come down here, you can see we have ground floor. If I click next, you can see this is first floor. If I click next, this is roof floor. Now, but you will discover that although the size of the beam has actually changed at my roof level. Okay, if I click down here, you can see this is 450 by 230. If I go back to my roof level, you can see this is 300 by 225. Okay, showing you that my roof beam are 225 by 300. Okay, but now I'm not okay with me having slab on my roof, because I'm not actually going to be using a roof, a reinforced concrete roof. So there is no way I'm going to be having a slab here. So I have to I'll click on my floor properties. Okay, and then I'm going to change current floor panel to a roof panel. Okay, now if I click on that, just notice what we are going to be having here. Now I'm going to apply the changes. Now where you discover a property menu actually just popped up. So on that property menu, I can actually do any adjustment that I want to do here. Here you can see this is property menu. I can readjust whatever I want to adjust here, just in case I don't want to maintain what is here. You can see my soil bearing capacity here is 200. So it depends. This soil bearing capacity is actually gotten from your soil report. Okay, so soil bearing capacity, it depends on the location Okay, so it is a test that is carried out on the soil. Okay, on that test you get that result there. From there you input the value here. Okay, so good. And then the depth of the slab, of the panel, and all that. Okay, all that I have removed that. So this is what we have now. If I switch this here, you can see first floor. If I switch here, now you can see here we still have a panel here, but I don't want this slab on my ground floor. Okay, so I'm going to be taking off that slab too as well. Okay, so I'm going to be taking it off my ground. Okay, but I'm actually going to leave the beam that are here. Okay, I'm just going to leave that beam, so it's going to look more like my ground beams. Okay, so here the next thing I'm going to do, I'll come down to my view and let's view this on 3D. Okay, now good, this is what we have here. So I'll come back to my floor view. I'll go to my first floor. Okay, now another thing again that I have not explained here is you can see all this slab. I just arranged them. I needed to specify the position of each of these panel that are on this design. Now if I click on this panel, now you can see it is stated here that it is an interior panel, which is not correct. Okay, so by looking at this panel, you can see that this is an adjacent discontinuous. So we have two adjacent discontinuous panel here. I have explained all of this in my previous video on my YouTube channel, where I explain how to come about your general arrangement. Okay, I have explained that on my YouTube channel, and it's very much available on my Telegram platform as well, where we teach people how to come about their general arrangement as well. Okay, so right now we have two edges that are actually discontinuous, so which I'm going to click. So I have two adjacent edges that are discontinuous. So my panel 1 is two adjacent edges that are discontinuous. So my panel 2 is actually we have one edge, okay, that is actually discontinuous. So here you can see one short edge discontinuous, one long edge discontinuous. We have one short edges discontinuous, two short edges. Okay, here two short edges discontinuous, two short long edges discontinuous. So here but this is actually a square panel. Okay, so I'm just going to choose this as one short edge that is actually discontinuous, because this is actually not continuing. It's actually this is the external part of this panel. Okay, but every other part of this is actually inside, but this is just the part of this panel that is actually outside, and it's just one part of it. Okay, so if I click on this now, for my panel 3, I have explained this vividly on my YouTube channel, please. Okay, so here I'm going to have this is actually discontinuous at this point, because here is actually a slab, so it's definitely not continuing here. Okay, it's as regards to your reinforcement. Okay, your reinforcement will actually return at this point. It will return here, and it's as well return here. I have explained these two on my slab detailing on my YouTube channel. It's very much available on my YouTube channel, how to detail your slab. Okay, so this is actually going to edges that are actually discontinuous. So I have 3 edges that are discontinuous. So slab edge, let's go to my slab edge. Okay, so here I'm going to be having 3 edges discontinuous with 1 long edge. Okay, so whichever I choose here will still give me. Okay, so I'm going to just choose this. So this is 1 short edge, discontinuous. So I'm going to make this this also 1 short edge discontinuous. One short edge discontinuous. So I'm having this is 2 adjacent edge that are discontinuous. Okay, two adjacent edges discontinuous, and then here I have 1 edge, 1 short edge discontinuous. Edge. Good. Now in the last panel I have 2 adjacent, no sorry, I have 3 edges discontinuous. Okay, so you have to be very careful with this, because it's somehow a bit tricky, so you must take your time to actually go through this and then make the right choice. Okay, because it will definitely affect your detailed drawing. Okay, so this is very important. If you don't make the right choice at this point, okay, your detailing is actually not going to come out exactly the way it should be. Okay, it won't come out correctly. Okay, so this will definitely affect your detailed drawing. So that is why you must make the right choice at this point. So I'm going to have 3 edges that are actually discontinuous here. So 3 edges discontinuous, 1 short edge continuous. Okay, so I'm going to leave it as it is like this. Now good. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do here is to actually view my columns. So I will just come to my active view. If I come to my column map view, you can see these columns that are provided for me, but I can adjust all this my portion of this my columns. I have done that on my past video on Civilsoft, where I covered a complete structural design. Okay, I picked a live project and I did it completely. It's very much available on my YouTube channel. Okay, I can view. Okay, I have that of my one. So that is actually inside my base for this. Okay. So let me come to my model. Okay, now if I on my model, you can see here it is stated create part foundation. Okay, so once I just click on my create part foundation, it's telling me foundation created. To view the foundation, click view. Okay, it's just telling me where I'm going to view that. Now it has been created. Now the next thing I will do is just to come on my view, okay, and come for my 3D. So I'll come down here. Okay, you can see the pad is not created. The base is actually not created because I did not analyze this building before creating my foundation. So the next thing I'm going to do is actually to go back on my model. Okay, let's come to my design. So I'm going to actually load this my structure. I'm going to load it. Okay, after loading it, the next thing I'll do is actually to analyze the structure. Okay, still analyzing. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is to actually design the structure. So we're still loading. Okay, yes. So now I'm going to design the structure. So you can see everything I'm doing here is just click. Okay, so the software is actually very easy to actually use. It's very beginners friendly. Okay, so there is nothing to actually confuse you on design as regards to this software. Okay, so sorry, still loading. So if you like what you're seeing, why not like this video? Make sure that you actually just give it a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to this channel. It's actually 100% free. Click on the bell icon so as to actually get a notification whenever I post videos like this. Okay, because I do post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, so as to encourage as many that want to have a deeper insight of design. Okay, let me switch this to my floor view. Okay, and then I'm going to design that foundation again. Okay, so I'll come to my design and then I'm going to sorry, my foundation is here. Create part foundation. Okay, I'll click on OK. Now I'll come to my view and I'm going to view this on 3D. Good, you can see that my base has actually been created. Formerly I did not analyze, I did not design the building, so it cannot specifically tell me the size of my base, the thickness of the base, because you know design actually comes from up to down. Okay, your loadings actually from your slab down to your beam takes your the loadings, distribute it down to your column takes it down to your foundation. So if it does not analyze and design your building, it cannot determine the depth and the width of the base that can be carried, that will help in carrying the building. Okay, that was why our base were not designed. Okay, this software is actually very interesting. As you can see, it uses moment distribution method to actually for its analysis. Now you can see that you can have full charge of your design using this software. You can be fully in charge of your design. Okay, you can have total control of your design. You know everything you are doing, the loadings and everything. You can determine all of that here. Okay, so the design, the software is actually very interesting. Everything that is here, you can have full control over it. Okay, now I'm going to floor view, and then I'm going to go up. Now our design is actually very much complete. Here, let me come to my foundation map view. Now you can see that our column, our base rather, is actually not of the same size. You can see some base here are 1325, while some are 1075, some are not even up to it. Okay, it depends on the loadings. Okay,
now as you know, we have columns that are axially loaded, we have columns that are biaxially loaded, and then we have columns that are uniaxially loaded. Now if you can see here, you can see that these columns that are at the middle are the most critical one. That is why even the base are actually high, because the loadings this one carry is more than the loading that this carry. I have explained that in detail on my RCD 2000. Okay, you can see now here on this column, you can see the number of beams is carrying beam, half of it is carrying half of this beam, is carrying half of this beam, is carrying half of this beam. Axially loaded. Even this too is actually axially loaded. Okay, so but you can see this column, you can see they are biaxially loaded. You can see that this column are only carrying just 2 beams. So the column hook that is actually carrying 4 beams is, you cannot be compared with a column that is actually carrying 2 beams. Is not, cannot be compared with a column that is actually carrying 4 beams. So these are the most critical of them all. Okay, so but sometimes you may want to have a uniform size of base. So because that, for that reason, that is why these bases are actually not equal all round. Okay, so but to you are at liberty to make adjustment to any of these bases that are here, showing you a match property on this software. I can actually, let's just say I make this 1400 for example. Okay, and then I want everything here to be 1400, or I'm going to make all these columns that are in the middle 1400. Just for example, I'm just citing an example, but ordinarily I can just leave it as it is for life, for practical purpose. Okay, to match property, all I need, I'll come down to my modify. Okay, I'll come to my match property. Now you can see I can match the property of my column, I can match the property of my slab, I can match the property of my foundation. Okay, but aside from beam. Okay, once I click on that, I'll click on this, and then I'm going to click on this. Now you can see that the size of this base, okay, the property of this base actually being this other base. I can as well repeat it for all the beams. Example, if I for all the base, if true. Okay, but I'm actually going to do it for those middle base. Okay, actually at the middle, match foundation property. I'll click on this. Good. I'll do all of that. So just in case if you want identity to be 1400, there just the way it is, just for tutorial purpose. Okay, now the next thing is to come back to my view. Now the same thing I did for my base is the same thing. I can actually change the position of any of my column. I can delete any of I don't want. If I highlight on this and I click on delete, it will delete that for me. Now you can see this is for base. If I want to view that if I come back to my view, okay, now you can see active view. Okay, I can switch this now to my column. Okay, see my column here. I can in any of this column and I will just delete it. Just for example, if I don't want to use this column, or the column is not actually at the position that I want. Okay, because I may already have my general arrangement, how I want my column to be positioned, I want my beams to be positioned. Okay, so the software may not position it exactly the way I want it, so I can reposition all of that here, which I have covered on my previous tutorial on Civilsoft. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to actually view my detailed drawings. If I come to my detailing now, this is my floor slab detail. I can just click on that. Now it has detailed that for me. There. Sorry, I didn't select any. I select all. Good. You can see this is actually my detailed drawing. I love this software because its detailing looks exactly the way AutoCAD will bring out your detailed drawing for you. So it's actually interesting. I love this software. Okay, you can see how it details for you. Now the detailed drawing, I appreciate it a lot. You can export it even to AutoCAD environment. Okay, now floor slab. I think something is wrong somewhere about that slab. I'll come back to it, but you can see this is my beam detail. Okay, you can see this is actually my beam detailing. You can see how it is being detailed. You can see the detailed drawing. Okay, 2y12, 2y16, 2y16, 2y16. Okay, you can see how it details. Okay, it's actually different from your proto structure. You can see how this detailing is. Okay, it's the way you want it. Okay, just like the way AutoCAD would bring out your detailed drawings. Okay, one interesting thing about this software. Now let's go to my part foundation detailing. So I can select all. Okay, and I'm going to click on OK.
Sorry, it's still loading. It's actually still loading. Okay, but if you look here, this is the snapped view. You can see, but it's still loading. So it's at the top. Once I drag it up, you'll be able to see your detailed drawing there. Okay, if you like what you are seeing, make sure that you actually give it a thumbs up. Now you can even view the quantities, okay, which I'm going to be explaining that deeply on my next video, since I will have to stop this here in order for this not to actually malfunction. I guess the system is actually very much loaded, so make sure that you stay safe and make sure that